President says provincial council allocations would take place under existing system.
Inspector of Police suspended over recent attack on HNDA students.
Colombo Additional Magistrate rules that Wasim Tajuddin's death was not caused by a motor accident.
Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne prepares to face the mafia in the health sector.
ඉදිරියේදී මේ ඔක්කොම මාර සේනාව වගේ ඇවන්ගාඩ් එකට එක්කව තවත් වෙයි කට්ටිය. හැබැයි මම ලෑස්ති ඒකට මුණ දෙන්න.
First dengue vaccine cleared for use in Mexico.
Hello, good evening and welcome. This is Primetime News on MTV and Shakti TV. Good evening, Sonali.
Good evening, Nadeem, and a very good evening to all of you joining us here on News First. We start off first with a look at our top story tonight.
In our top story tonight, President Maithripala Sirisena has agreed to provide funds to provincial councils allocated through the 2016 budget according to the existing system.
That's right. Now, the head of state reached this decision when he met with the chief ministers of the provinces today.
A special discussion was held at the official residence of Western Province Chief Minister Isurudeva Priya today with the participation of Chief Ministers of 7 provinces. Chief Ministers of the Northern and Uva provinces C.V. Vigneshwaran and Chamar Sampath did not attend the meeting.
Chief Ministers of all provinces have come together to ensure the rights of the people of their respective provinces. If these funds are allocated directly to the provincial councils as before, these allocations will receive the due accountability of the Finance Ministry. All 9 Chief Ministers are of the same opinion. We could go as far as taking this matter to courts and bring an end to it. But as per the instructions of the President, he will ensure that our request will be fulfilled. It is based on this agreement that we are meeting him. We discussed on the budget appropriations with His Excellency the President. Thereby, as per his orders, all of us Chief Ministers are to hold talks with him at the Presidential Secretariat on this matter today.
Following the meeting held at the official residence of the Chief Minister of the Western Province, the Chief Ministers went to the Presidential Secretariat to hold further discussions with the President on the allocation of funds.
This final discussion was held at the Presidential Secretariat where the President decided to provide the funds allocated for 2016 directly to the provincial councils via the Finance Ministry as it used to. The agreement reached during the discussion was for the funds of provincial councils which were allocated under my budget appropriation to be allocated under the Finance Ministry. During the process, the President constantly said that he would provide a practical solution, and that is what we work towards.
Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishant Peris declared in court today that the 2012 death of rugby player Wasim Tajuddin was not the result of a car crash.
That's right. The Additional Magistrate noted that this fact is evident when considering the reports submitted to court thus far.
The Criminal Investigations Department made submissions at the Colombo Magistrates Court once again today with regard to the death of Wasim Tajuddin. The additional magistrate noted in court today that a problematic situation has arisen as a result of the 2.5-year delay in submitting the post-mortem examination report. Addressing the CID officers present in court today, the additional magistrate noted that a problem has also arisen with regard to the body parts that were kept in deep freeze. The court ordered today that the reports on the incident contained on 4 compact discs be entrusted to the university and that a report be submitted to court within 14 days. The additional magistrate also noted that if the time frame is insufficient, more time can be requested after informing court. Furthermore, the additional magistrate ordered the CID to obtain statements from the police officers responsible for the initial investigation of the death to determine if they had attempted to cover up the incident. The court ordered that the investigations be expedited and that a comprehensive report be submitted to court by the 7th of January due to the problematic situations.
He has a problem now since this was initially declared a death caused by a motor accident. It was alluded to that it can now be said that this was not the cause of death. The aggrieved party also requested that action be taken against police officers and senior police officers responsible for covering up the truth, because although they may have retired, neither the judiciary nor the Code of Criminal Procedures nor the Penal Code have retired.
තවත් පොලිස් ස්ථානයක ඕපිස් ස්ථානාධිපතිවරුන් ගෙනල්ලා මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් සාකච්ඡා කරනවා.
On the first or second day after the murder, I was advised by the father of the deceased that he was summoned by the OICs of the Narayanpeta and Kirlapana police to police headquarters and that he was seated outside Anura Senanayaka's office while they had a meeting inside the conference room. After the meeting, they had come out and said that the death was caused by a motor accident and that there is nothing further that they can do. I was informed of this and I informed the court of this today.
Meanwhile, Colombo Additional Magistrate Nishantha Piris is among the 117 judges who have received transfers under the system of annual transfers. The Judicial Service Commission said that he has been transferred to the position of judge at the Mathura District Court effective from the 1st of January. The transfer was questioned at the weekly media briefing on cabinet decisions held today.
එහෙම කරන්න බෑනේ. ඒ CCTV වල කොපීස් ආපහු ගත හැකියි. ඒ කියන්නේ ගාඩාරේ නැති අත්තටම හංගන්න ඕනවා තියෙනවා. ඔව් හංගන්න ඕනනේ පරණ කට්ටියට කොහොමත් ඕනනේ. පරණ කට්ටිය ඉන්න උතන.
Wasim Tajuddin's charred body found trapped within his condemned car. Police speaking to the media say that the car had collided head-on into a wall and caught fire, killing him on the spot. Court orders to conduct a post-mortem on the body of Wasim Tajuddin. The remains of former rugby player Wasim Tajuddin exhumed. Former Chief JMO Professor Ananda Samarasekara files complaint with the additional magistrate that the current Chief JMO Ajit Tenukon had threatened 2 junior doctors who participated in the initial post-mortem examination. University of Colombo School of Computing says that it could not retrieve any information from the mobile phone said to belong to Wasim Tajuddin. Professor Ananda Samarasekara says that he cannot be held responsible for the disappearance of certain body parts from the freezer at the morgue used for post-mortem examinations. Colombo Additional Magistrate rules Wasim Tajuddin's death was not caused by a motor accident. For your attention.
An inspector of police was suspended in connection with the recent attack on students of the Higher National Diploma in Accountancy during a protest opposite the University Grants Commission. Police media spokesperson ASP Ruwan Gunasekara said that the inspector in question was attached to the Kirlapana police.
Police Commission Secretary Ari Dasakure said that Inspector General of Police N.K. Langakun had provided recommendations on action that should be taken against the Inspector of Police. A committee appointed by the Police Commission conducted an investigation and submitted a report to the Commission. Students as well as police officers who were injured in the attack that took place during the protest opposite the University Grants Commission had earlier been hospitalized following the clash.
Several groups staged demonstrations today as well against the proposals on the 2016 budget.
Trade unions from the public and private sectors jointly organized a demonstration opposite the Fort Railway Station today. We have reached a decision to carry out a massive strike action on the 15th. If the proposals are not withdrawn, prepare to face the massive strike action. The National Trade Union Centre staged a protest opposite the Inland Revenue Department, citing that the rights of employees are being stripped off by the budget. The vehicle permit that was given to high-grade officers have been slashed. The government is also preparing to make amendments to labour laws and undermine the trade unions. We will continue with the strike action unless these proposals are withdrawn. The All Ceylon Peasants Federation staged a demonstration in Mahyanganaya. Relief for the farmers have been slashed. What was already given has been taken away. Farmers will have to consume poison. The day that you will be chased away is not far. Sri Lanka Public Services United Nurses Union says that it will not participate in the strike action that is scheduled to take place on the 15th, despite the union opposing the slashing of workers' rights. As the first attempt, we will be wearing black strips on the 14th and report to work. As the second step, we will go on sick leave for 2 days. If our plea is not taken into consideration, we will continue our strike action. The Joint Trade Union Confederation, speaking to the media today, said that the budget had slashed a number of work rights. The 8-hour working day have been slashed from the budget. The pensions that we enjoyed by the public servants have been slashed. The budget has taken a decision to do so. We informed the government to remove these amendments. The capitalists of the country are charged only 10%. The rest is taken from the others. We, the working class, have no idea of carrying this burden. There are many rich persons in the country who fail to pay tax. There is a tax law. Despite the law is in existence, it is not implemented. Benefits are slashed. It does not mention of an increase in the Samurdhi. Discussions have not taken place with regard to infrastructure development. Education has been curtailed. The program prepared by Ranil Wickremesinghe is presented as the budget.
Let's take a look at some of the views expressed in Parliament today during the committee stage debate on the expenditure heads of the Ministries of Health and Labour.
In 2012, we allocated 5.9% of the total expenditure. At the same time, the World Health Organization has said that if more than 30% of the health expenses of the population of any country is being paid out of pocket, then that country is in a serious health crisis. The people of our country bear 61% of their health expenses. A nursing college was established in Mathura in 2007, but the building was not large enough for the trainee nurses, so classes are conducted in 2 sheds constructed on either side. In the evening, there are peacocks there, and in the afternoon, there are trainee nurses. This is what they are working towards. The Health Ministry has been a den of thieves filled with fraud and corruption for some time now. We were free from the polio epidemic by 1993. We were free of malaria in 2012. The worst situation we have at the moment is the HIV epidemic. If you consider dengue, 41 lives have been lost this year. Not only have we established a drug authority, we must now transform it into an authority that can chase after and implement this across the country, like the Consumer Affairs Authority. After the 31st of July, there has been no shortage of medical drugs in the country. I am hoping to do this through a courier service in the future to further reduce the expense. By the end of 2016, I will ensure that all diagnoses, blood tests and everything else is done from the hospitals themselves. By the end of the year, I will ensure that locally manufactured saline is available in every hospital. The best companies from Switzerland came here and were denied for 2 years. This is a mafia. Our president has said with regard to this mafia that there isn't a single ministry that has this many extremely corrupt officials. You know that the first mafia in the world is the weapons mafia. The second is oil and the third is drugs. I know that this is not an easy task. In the future, they will come forward like a force of death together with avant-garde, but I am ready to face it. I wish to bring to your attention that the dengue epidemic has spread across the MP's hostel in Madivela. 35 MPs, their wives and children and security officers have already contracted dengue.
The Employees Provident Fund, or EPF, and relevant transactions were also discussed in Parliament today.
Certain employers have misled their employees and not paid EPF benefits. As a result of contract and casual employees not wanting to pay EPF contributions, a special EPF awareness program should be carried out through the media. We have initiated this. We will make the 2,500 rupee wage increment for private sector employees obligatory via an Act of Parliament. So the wages of private sector employees will be increased in 2 phases, 1,500 in 2015 and 1,000 in January 2016.
Why is the 6-month probationary period being extended to 1 year? That is not a decision made for the people. That is a decision made for the employers. Every single working person in this country is carrying out a social service, although their wages are paid privately. It is a social responsibility and duty to look after them when they are unable to work. But what you have thought about is further cutbacks for the lives that are protected.
This program is sponsored by the ILO. This was analysed by a committee comprising trade union representatives.
Minister Siambala Pitya complained to the CID over the 2009 bond transaction involving EPF funds. You were the Power and Energy Minister at the time. Now you are the Labour Minister. Was the 3 billion invested in bonds via the central bank, or were the funds collected at the electricity board invested separately? Can the separate institutions invest the funds as they see fit? Therefore, I wish to ask you, as the Labour Minister now, what do you have to say about the decision you took when you were the Power and Energy Minister? I reiterate this constantly, hoping you will rise. Honourable Chair, they are not troubled about these things as much as they were troubled about things in the past.
The Prime Minister expressed the following views during the budget debate today.
Because they do not have the support of the people, where do they look? These matters are aired on television and through the media. There is no issue in taking 50 and going and placing a camera. They need to show it in a big scale. Is it not astounding when this goes on the news on Derana? They are friends with Derana. They were together. They are involved in matters pertaining to the newspapers. We will have to name them in this chamber in the coming days on who is harassing the people and troubling the people. Because they lack certain things, they want strikes. They want to bring the transportation sector together. Stop transportation on buses and trains. Stop the banking transactions. Stop the health service. They use these matters to attack the government. This does not hurt the government, it hurts the people. For the first time ever, the two main parties of the country have come together to solve the issues in the country. We were in politics and we too can play this game. As this process did not bear fruit, we are trying to work together.
UPFA MP Vasudeva Nanayakkara had this to say in Parliament.
තමුන්නාසේලා කඩවුණු පොරොන්දුවේ නායකයින් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. හොඳයි වාඩි වෙන්න. වාඩි වෙන්න මාත්‍රෝ. පඩත්තලෙක් වෙන්න හදන්නේ නැතුව වාඩි වෙන්න. පඩත්තලෙක් වෙන්න එපා. වාඩි වෙන්න පඩත්තල කතා. ගම් පඩත්තල කතා කියන්නේ නැගිට්ටට වැජ්ජාඩක් නැහැ. මේ විදියට මේ සභාව ගෙනියන්න මට ඇහෙන්නේ මොනවද? මට ඇහෙන්නේ මොනවද? තමුන්නාසේලා කියන මොනවත් මට ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ. තමුන්නාසේට මයිකේ දීලා නැහැ. ඔය වගේ වාචාල කතාවලින් වැඩක් නැහැ. මට බාධා කරපු ඒ දුෂ්ටයාට මගේ විරෝධය පළ කරනවා.
Hello there and welcome back. Let's take a look at some of the views expressed on the issues surrounding Avantgarde.
Allegations were leveled through the media on the individuals who are vocal against Avantgarde. They say that this is Maharaja's political project and that such project is in operation. The truth on this matter has not been presented before the nation. You too may face such allegations in the future. Can you comment on this? I need to speak according to my conscience with regard to the Maharaja organization. It is a media institution that showed no fear in speaking the truth. Even during the time of the Rajapaksa regime, I accepted that and I witnessed it. Many media institutions were afraid of the Rajapaksa regime, especially the heads of those institutions. At times, those who serve at the media institutions are helpless. During such a situation, the Maharaja organization worked with a backbone. In this endeavor, the Sirasa channel of the Maharaja organization came forwards against the corruption at the Avantgarde as a media institution. We appreciate that.
දූෂණයට එරෙහිව මහරජා ආයතනයේ සිරස නාලිකාව අපි ඒ ගැන ඇත්තටම අපේ ප්‍රසාදය පළ කරනවා.
Avantgarde කියලා කතා කරලා මම දැක්කා.
Avantgarde is a topic that is spoken of everywhere. It is said that 40 million rupees was earned a day. Government ministers are being blamed. MPs are being blamed. Weapons are being kept illegally. No one goes to jail. The law is not being implemented. If a person is found with a flaw with a vehicle number, a detention order is obtained. They obtain a detention order under the Prevention of Terrorism Act, sending that person behind bars for a year. We hope that this system would change. That is why we are engaged in this battle. The law should be equal to all. However, the law is not properly implemented on those who have the power of might and money. The matter surrounding Avantgarde was also raised at the cabinet media briefing today. Yesterday, Sarath Fonseca revealed several photographs of Nisanka Senadipati and Minister Vijayadasa Rajapaksa having a good time. So this shows that there was direct involvement. What decision had the cabinet reached on this matter?
තාම මුකුත් ගත නැහැ තීන්දුවක්. මම කැබිනට් මණ්ඩලේ නෙවෙයිනේ. අපි දෙන්න මේ නියෝජනය කරන විතරයි.
ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ සතිය අනිවාර්යයෙන් සම්බන්ධව සාකච්ඡා කරනවද?
සමහර වෙලාවට.
ඒ සමහරවල් කියන්නේ
නෑ ඉතින් කියන්න ඕනේ නෑනේ වැඩේ කරන්නනේ ඕනේ.
මාධ්‍යවේදීන් සෑහෙන පිරිසක් මේ
MP Anura Kumara Disanayake says that the list will be made public. His own people are giving it. The top tier from his side has noted that they wish to meet with me and reveal all the details. To me, it seems that the same fate of Sajin Divas will befall on him as well.
Sri Lanka's #1 hit music station, Yes FM, celebrated its 22nd anniversary today.
The celebrations were held this morning at the Echelon Square in Colombo, which has been tagged as Christmas at the Square and is where Yes FM is broadcasting live during this Christmas season.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
A number of promotions and free giveaways took place during the course of the day for all listeners. The event was graced by a distinguished gathering, including the Joint Managing Director and Chief Operating Officer of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited, Sashi Raj Mahindran, Group Directors and Channel Heads.
We here at Yes 101 are very proud to have been a part of this community for the past 22 years. This birthday celebration is important to us and to our listeners. We certainly hope that you love this as much as we do. We will continue to make this the best radio station in Colombo and throughout Sri Lanka. There's more to come. The next 22 years will be absolutely incredible. Keep your eyes and especially your ears open for the future of Yes 101.
The Women's Empowerment Program launched by Newsfirst to promote awareness on gender equality, safeguarding and empowering women commenced in the Kurunegala and Polonnaruwa districts today. Today marks day 8 of the program.
The campaign, which is travelling from village to village, bringing women together, arrived in Kurunegala today. This campaign, which is organised by Newsfirst, Sirasa and Shakti, aimed at empowering women with equality and security, is carried out together with the assistance of the Sri Lanka Police, Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government, District Secretariats and Divisional Secretariats. Winner of Sirasa Dancing Star Masha Ravi Hari too joined the Empower the Woman campaign in Kurunegala as a woman who overcame challenges. I believe that all other women will overcome challenges as I have overcome mine. The sacrifice made by women is very important. If we have that, we can move forward. Instead of going abroad and facing various difficulties, there's so much that we can do in our own country. I'm asking you to engage in those tasks. A woman is not a character who should be demeaned. Intellectually, we can fight anyone. There are many challenges faced by Sri Lankans. We hope that this would create a public dialogue. Another such program was held in Polonnaruwa in line with the program that was held in Kurunegala for the empowerment of women. This program was initiated in the Kaduruwela bus stop. The program Empower the Woman, travelling across towns ensuring the safety of women, arrived in Hingurakoda thereafter. Sirasa Media Networks always initiate such practical and much needed endeavours for the modern society. The Empower the Woman program was conducted in Hingurakoda with the support of the Police, Children and Women's Bureau, raising awareness among the community by conducting door-to-door visits.
Over 50% of Sri Lanka's population consists of women. However, their issues are yet to be given due recognition. Let us then come forward to recognize the woman, to respond, to educate and to empower. Join us in this initiative.
11th December, Rambukana bus stop, Anuradhapura bus stop. 12th December, Kampa railway station, Madhavachia bus stop. 13th December, Avisavala bus stop, Mena bus stop. Another social initiative by Newsfirst.
And in sports news, Director General of Sports KDS Ruwanchandra says the final decision on the objections which have been filed against the nominations for the election of office bearers for Sri Lanka cricket will be announced tomorrow.
Candidates of the two main factions contesting the elections appeared for the inquiry this morning, which was called regarding the objections filed against nominations for the SLC elections. 14 objections have been filed against nominations, with 7 being filed against nominations submitted for the post of president. The complainant as well as the respondent were given the opportunity to present their case before the Director General of Sports today.
This is mudslinging at personal level. I honestly did not want to contest for the SLC elections, but if this board strays towards the wrong direction under this government as well, that would be a big problem. Which is why I took the decision to enter the board, because we did not establish good governance for people to work the way they want. It is with responsibility that I say that there will be no interference from the President, Prime Minister, nor the government in this election. As the government of good governance, we will ensure that those corrupt will not enter this board.
And that wraps up Primetime News for this Thursday night. I'm Sonali Wanika Babige.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Good night and good luck.